Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, Rare Beauty have got a new foundation. I'm going to test it out, do a wear test, see how it lasts, and see what we think. I'm excited. I'm definitely a fan of their other base products, so I'm very intrigued by this one because apparently it self-primes and self-sets, which I don't know how much I trust that. I'm still going to use a primer and I'm still going to set it because my skin is oily, but we'll see what the texture's like, 100%. It's called the True to Myself Natural Matte Longwear Foundation. I like that it's called Longwear. Supposedly has all-day wear. It's got 48 shades. Rare Beauty always do really well with the shade ranges. Apparently it's a buildable medium to full coverage with a natural matte finish, keeps skin hydrated for up to 8 hours, and it's a 3-in-1 foundation which primes, covers and sets. I did get sent these and I've got 2 samples in 2 different shades, and it came with a little piece of paper that said, excited for you to be one of the first to try Rare Beauty's new natural matte longwear foundation, blah 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 blah. It instantly blurs, smooths, reduces the look of pores with a natural matte finish that moves with your skin and looks better over time. Looks better over time. So I've got the shades 4 and 5. The packaging that this comes in does look really nice. Selena made a video talking about how it has a nice big button, so if you have dexterity issues, you can press it with 2 fingers, you can press it with 1 finger, you can press it with your thumb. This one is 4, this one is 5. 4 definitely looks more on the pink side, and 5 looks more on the yellowy sort of side. It's difficult because my face is more pinky because I have a little bit of redness, but then my body is more yellow. So I think it makes more sense to try and match to my neck, which I think is probably closer to shade 5. Yeah, see, I feel like that matches my neck really well. But then shade 4 probably matches my face a little bit better. Do you know what? It's funny. I almost feel like I need a mix of the 2 of them. That is a really good match for my face though, isn't it? Oh God, I wish that you could decide for me. Honestly, when I blend them out, they look very similar, and I think I could probably get away with either of those. Oh, interesting. It feels like a little bit tacky. Actually, I just wiped that off my hand, but let me compare it to my other Rare Beauty shades that I've got. Although my other Rare Beauty shades are more of my tan colours, but just in case this might potentially help anyone. So that's shade 4, that's shade 5. I'm going to do my concealer in the shade 170W. I'm actually running out of this. So that's the concealer in 170W. It looks quite similar actually to shade number 5. And then I have my Positive Light Tinted Moisturiser in the shade 22W, which I definitely wear when I've got some fake tan on. So that is that one there. And then the original foundation I've got in 190W, which I feel like, geez, I would have needed a lot of fake tan to wear this. I can't imagine ever being this tanned. But I did used to wear this apparently. I think I just go lighter with my fake tan now. So that is that one there in 190W. So we've got shade 4, shade 5, the concealer in 170W, the skin tint in 22W, and the foundation, original foundation in 190W. These ones look so dark and so orange. I have not fake tanned in a while. So I've put down base products that I know work well for my foundations because I want to do kind of the same thing that I would normally do. When I test a new foundation, if I'm just focusing on like the wear test of the foundation, I think it helps that I do my routine kind of the same as normal. So this is the Maybelline Serum Grippy Primer. Underneath it, I've got some of the Cosrx Snail Mucin, which I really like for underneath makeup, and then I've got the La Roche-Posay Anthelios SPF 50. Both of those I know for sure work well under my makeup, so I am gonna go with shade 5 just because I think this will work better. Ooh, it's a almost gel-like consistency. It feels very smooth. I don't actually know how much I'm gonna need of this, but yeah, you know what? That looks like it's, I hope, gonna be a good shade match. I'm interested to see if it oxidizes though. Where's my brush? Okay, so on this side, I'm gonna blend it in with a brush. This one is just the IT Cosmetics brush. Okay. It doesn't spread super easily, and it's definitely on the matte side, isn't it? It did say it was a matte finish, a natural matte finish, which yeah, definitely agree with that. It has a tiny bit of radiance, as you can see there. Wow, that's got really good coverage. You know what? Compared to my neck, I think that's a pretty good match. I always do the double chin test. Okay, on this side, let's do a sponge, which I would imagine will get a slightly sheerer coverage. Oh wow, oh my god, look, it's already dried, shit. Oh no. Okay, when it says self-setting, they're not joking because that's already dried on that side of my face. Okay, yeah. Brush definitely applied better, I think, just because that way you kind of have a bit more control over it and can work it in a bit more, whereas a sponge, I feel like sometimes with a matte foundation, especially a matte foundation of this consistency, it doesn't quite push it in enough. I don't know if that makes sense. I just feel like a brush does a better job at sort of moving it around because it's a little bit more on the dry side, I guess. Not dry, it just sets very quickly. Wow, you know what? For the rest of my body and my neck, that's actually a pretty perfect match. I'm very happy with that. I'm glad I went for that shade. People would always fight me. I probably am more neutral. I'm not particularly warm. But yeah, like I said, my body's definitely not cool toned. Like I have a little bit of a yellow base. But then it's confusing because sometimes when I put on foundation, people are like, that foundation doesn't match you. And I'm like, well, I think it matches my neck pretty well. This feels like it would have been perfect for me about 5 years ago, 7 years ago, when I was super into my matte foundations, because it definitely is matte. Definitely agree with the claims about the medium to full coverage. I feel like it's given really good coverage actually, because I feel like you can see with me sort of sat by the window here that it's not completely matte and flat. Like there is still a little bit of radiance. I'm not sure how you would feel about this if you had dry skin. I will say though, it doesn't feel dry, and I was a little bit worried about it maybe around my nose clinging to any areas or clinging to dryness, but I don't have any of those problems, which is great. I just tend to go for more glowy foundations these days, but as matte foundations go, this feels like a nice one. And my skin used to be super oily. As I'm getting older, it's definitely drying out. It's not as oily as it used to be, so I can get away with more glowy foundations these days. But I am actually going to be out all day. I'm going to be going into London. It's a beautiful day. It's like 16 degrees Celsius. A gorgeous spring sunny day, and I'm going to London this morning. No, I'm not. Going to London this evening to go watch Six the Musical, so I'm going to be getting back quite late, so I need this to last me all day, so I hope it still looks good. I'd say for a matte foundation it's looking good. If you're the type of person that doesn't like your makeup to look detectable, you can definitely tell that I'm wearing makeup. It's not for the no makeup kind of girls, but then I feel like Rare Beauty have options for the no makeup kind of girls, so I guess this is something that is missing from their collection. I've actually just closed my curtains a little bit because it was too bright. I just want to show you a little bit closer what we're looking like. My forehead, cheeks. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup. I actually don't feel like I need concealer anywhere else. I'm just going to put a little bit under my eyes, but around my nose is pretty covered by the foundation. I think maybe because this is quite matte, I'll probably need to blend my other products a little bit more quickly. I'm just using the MAC concealer, the Studio Radiance concealer. I think I've got the shade NC5. When it says it's self-setting, like it's not like dried down to a powder finish or anything. It still feels like a bit sticky. Oh, I should really be doing a full face of Rare Beauty, shouldn't I? I'm also filming a short today testing the Rare Beauty bronzers, so that should be up by the time you're watching this. Cream bronzer seems to be blending nicely over the top of it. By the way, in the UK, you can get Rare Beauty from Space NK and Sephora. I am so happy that we have Sephora now. I just love going and having a little browse. I really hope Sephora will stay and not disappear from our streets, because I love having a little Sephora browse and swatch session. It's still so exciting. It makes me feel like I'm on holiday. So we didn't have Sephora for years. Somehow my little mini Joy blush is still going. I say somehow, it's because you need that much and that's enough. Yeah, everything seems to be blending really nicely over the top of this foundation. And you know how it said gets better with time? I actually think I can see why, because I'm sure as my oils start to come through a little bit, it's gonna look really nice. And as I'm putting my other products on top of it, I do feel like it's looking really good. No! I can't be running out of my Laura Mercier. No, I'm pretty much out of my Laura Mercier. That's not going to be enough for my whole face. I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty loose powder, which is another one of my absolute favourites. This is in Strawberry Milk. Yeah, so far so good. Everything's sitting really nicely on top of it. I have a feeling this is going to last really well, because so far it just feels like that kind of texture that's gonna... It almost feels a little bit grippy. So I do sort of see what they mean about the self-priming. Like, that feels stuck to my face. And if you're the type of person that doesn't set your foundation, you might not want to set this. And I know that it does say self-setting, however, I feel like I wouldn't be doing it justice if I didn't set this and then I complain about how it's sticky and how it didn't last all day. I feel like that would be my fault. So in order for this to be a fair test for me, that is why I'm setting it with powder and doing my regular makeup routine. But like I said, if you don't like to set your foundation, I think you'd be fine with this in that it doesn't look super oily. It doesn't look like it needs to be set. I do definitely now feel very matte. It doesn't seem to have oxidized. Like, it's still matching my neck really well, which is nice. I'm gonna go finish off my makeup, film a couple of shorts, and I will be back. Oh, and I forgot to say, I started filming this at 10:30 in the morning. It's now 11:03, and it's probably gonna be on till 11 o'clock at night, so full 12 hours today. I just finished off the rest of my makeup. Lip combo before I forget. What did I just actually put on my lips? I used the L'Oreal Blur filler in Nude Espresso, but then I was looking at that and thinking, it's not quite dark enough. So then I added a bit of the Rhode lip liner in Twist, and then I put on some of the L'Oreal Plump Ambition lip oil gloss stuff in 641 Latte. And then for the rest of my makeup, I used the Rare Beauty bronzer, which I filmed a short for, which you've probably seen already, and then the Rare Beauty blush in Happy, and then I did use a bit of the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, just because that's what I would normally always do. I always, like I said, I always set my foundations and I always use a setting spray, so I want to compare it to my regular routine, otherwise that wouldn't really make any sense to me. I definitely look more matte than normal, but I think my skin looks really nice. It definitely looks very full coverage, like full beat, full glam kind of thing. And I didn't actually put on a highlighter today. I've just got the glow of the blush because I felt like that was kind of enough. So that is me. Oh, I literally just went like that. I don't have my watch on. That's me, I think, about an hour after putting this on, and then I will catch up with you later in the day. Okay, this is me in the natural light on my phone. I feel like maybe I went a bit overboard with the bronzer and the brush. Bronzer and the blush. I think because it was so bright in the room that I was filming in, there was so much light that I just kept adding more. I look a bit crazy, but it is what it is. I've just pulled up at the station. It is 4:45 in the afternoon, so I put this on at what, like 10:30? 5 hours? And I'm actually surprisingly more oily than I thought I was. Also, when I went outside, I was like, my bronzer and blush do look insane. Even James was like, so if you went a bit heavy handed on the bronzer today, and I really did, but I'm actually looking a lot more glowy. I mean, my skin looks gorgeous. I'm happy with how it looks right now, but yeah, I wasn't expecting to look this glowy. Also, I've noticed that my mascara started to smudge, and I never normally get that with this mascara. It's the L'Oreal Telescopic, the gold packaging one. But I think maybe that's because I sprayed my setting spray after mascara, and I usually always do it before, so that could be why. But my skin's looking gorgeous and glowy. So far, I'm happy with how it looks, but it's just got shinier quicker than I thought it would. I thought it was going to stay matte for a lot longer, but maybe because it's quite hot today. It was like 18 degrees. We went out for a walk. I was stood in the sun for a while. But yeah, this is the current update. Yeah, my mascara is smudging shit. This was me recording a sneaky clip on the train when I realised that it had really separated in my smile lines and I was looking very shiny. Okay, damn. Let me just sort myself out. The baby fringe is crazy. I'm back from Six the Musical. It is now, can you see this? I don't know if you can. 10:54 p.m. I have not powdered at all. I will say I went into the toilets at the theatre, and my god, I don't know if it was the lighting in there. I looked in the mirror and I was like, whoa, this looks terrible. Like, it actually looked so bad in that toilet lighting that I was dreading what I was gonna come home and see in the viewfinder or mirror. But actually, now that I've got home, it doesn't look as terrible as it did in those theatre toilet bathrooms. I think they must have had like down lighting, but it looked so bad. I thought my mascara was like fully smudged under here. I thought it had all worn off around my eyes, which, not gonna lie guys, it's not looking great, but from a distance it's fine. I was genuinely embarrassed when I left the theatre, thinking, my god, if anybody bumps into me right now or sees me, they're gonna think her makeup looks terrible. And actually, to be fair, the girls that I was with, they were sat close to me, they were probably thinking, Sophie, your foundation looks terrible. And normally, like, if I was going to the theatre in the evening, I would probably do my makeup just before I leave the house. I wouldn't do it at 10 o'clock in the morning. I am very oily. Let me just, yeah, if I point these lights inwards, you can see how shiny my face is. I normally point these lights slightly away from me, but if I just point them at my face to see the reflections, you can really see like how much oiliness is going on here. Sorry, I have gum in my mouth, how rude. Something that is really strange to me, I never normally get smudging with the mascara that I'm wearing, which is this one. I think I mentioned earlier, this mascara never smudges on me, but I do have some smudging under my eyes, and I don't know if that's because I did my setting mist after my mascara, but normally like that wouldn't cause this kind of smudging. It would normally cause like the actual like, you know, like running of the mascara when it gets wet. So I don't know about that, you know. I don't know if it's just because I have got pretty damn oily that the oils are kind of melting my mascara. It's been sunny and it was warm. It was warm on the tube. But yeah, actually looking at it now, I'm like, it really doesn't look as bad as I thought it did. I was saying to my friends, guys, my makeup looks so bad. I'm testing a new foundation. I don't know, I was hoping that they wouldn't judge me for my makeup looking back. I'm bad. I mean, yeah, I do look very glowy. And we do have some separation. Let me show you properly close up. I've just realised I think my mic has been on the wrong setting this whole video, so if this is really quiet, if the audio is not quite up to scratch today, I think my mic's been on the wrong setting this whole video. This is the current situation. We have definitely some separation in my smile lines and around my nose as well. I mean, around the sides of my nose, it's not looking as bad as some other foundations that I've tried. I feel like any foundation being on for 12 hours, like that's really putting it through the tests, but it's really not looking great around my eyes. Normally with my like this concealer that I used, again, like I don't usually have any problems. Oh, it's so difficult to see. You can see the mascara smudges here, and I've also got quite a lot of like, I don't know, I feel like almost some of it's worn away around here. And same on this side, you can see where it's sort of like settled. I guess like my concealer and my foundation it's almost like splitting where I've got some wrinkles. I will show you on my phone a proper close up, but do you see what I mean? It's like separating under my eyes, which I don't normally get. And then around my nose, wow, super shiny. Is that helpful at all? Hopefully you can see. Yeah, do you see what I mean? Do have some separation around the nose, around the smile lines, like around here. It's also kind of separating on my top lip. Chin really isn't looking too bad. And forehead is looking very shiny, but actually looks fine. I guess the main problems, to be fair, are mostly like around my eyes. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like this looks a bit scary. I think I've almost like lost some coverage. I've definitely lost some coverage from my eyes, and it just looks a bit like oily and smudgy. But I will say, I was terrified to have a proper close-up look in the mirror when I got home. It's not as bad as I thought it was. And I did say to my friends, I was like, my foundation looks terrible. And they were like, it doesn't look too bad from here. Like, you look glowy, but it doesn't look that bad. And I was like, no, it's terrible. But maybe it's not as terrible as I thought. I definitely have foundations that last longer than this one. Like, for example, whenever I wear my Maybelline Superstay, that one tends to last better than this one. But honestly, I got oilier quicker than I thought I would, and more than I thought I would, considering it started out being so matte. Normally when a foundation starts out that matte, it doesn't tend to get super oily by the end of the day. So that did surprise me. Okay, wow, it definitely looks worse on my phone. This is what I was seeing in the mirror. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And like around the sides of my eyes as well. Like, what's going on here? Actually, wait. Now I'm changing my mind. I feel like it looks worse on my phone than it does in the mirror. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is not looking good, is it? Look at that. Look at this. That is not good. What on earth? What has happened here? I never tend to get, like, yeah, I'll get creases in on my under eyes, but it's usually just like here. I don't normally get separation in my wrinkles, and like, what? I'm so confused. Like, what has happened here? Yeah, okay, it definitely looks worse. See how my forehead looks really smooth, but I've definitely got some patchiness. Like, I can't get over this. Nose doesn't look great. Also could be a lot worse, I suppose. How does my chin still look absolutely fine? Like, that still looks smooth and glowy and normal. Right, guys, I'm gonna take this off and go to bed. I hope that this was helpful. That being said, I do think that it lasted longer than both of these. I was gonna say I'm tempted to do a comparison with the original foundation versus this one, but this is the complete wrong shade for me at the moment. And then if I was to fake tan, then those other ones would be the wrong shade, so I can't win there. But obviously, like, compared to the skin tint, this is just a skin tint, like a slightly glowy, oily tinted moisturizer, so it definitely lasts considerably longer than this. And you know what? I've not actually worn the foundation in so long that I can't really remember. I'll have to go back and watch my original video on this. I would definitely wear it again, but I wouldn't wear it again if I knew that I was going to be wearing it from morning until the late evening. I would 100% wear it again if I was just going out for the evening, but it's definitely not my favourite foundation. I will continue to use it. I will continue to test it. There we go. I hope that was helpful. If you have tried this, you probably haven't tried this because I don't think it's out yet. So I don't think it comes out until April, but I wanted to post this as soon as possible, just so that hopefully it helps you make a decision on whether this is the kind of thing that you might like. Like I said, my skin is definitely on the oily side. If you have normal skin or combination skin, I guess, then you will probably like this. I'm not sure if you have super dry skin, but then also I'm kind of interested because, yeah, it definitely sort of like melted into my face throughout the day. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to go watch some other people's reviews and see if anybody's done like a longevity kind of test thing. So yeah, I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna go to bed, and yeah, give this a thumbs up if it was helpful. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.